CrossFit Open 23.1 is 14.4, and just 2 years ago, I did this workout in training and actually compared it to the original announcement from 2014. So I thought I would share that with you right here, guys. Enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this as the first CrossFit Open workout of this year. How are you going to approach it? How you feel about it? All that stuff. See you in the comments. Enjoy the video.
For the past couple of weeks, I've been watching CrossFit Open announcements just to get excited about the CrossFit Open, which is coming this week. And the other night, I watched the CrossFit Open 14.4. And lucky enough, it showed up in my programming to do this week. So I recorded myself doing 14.4. The funny thing about this particular workout, I did this workout the first year that I started getting healthy, getting fit. This was my first CrossFit Open in 2014. I was pretty excited about this workout. I could do toes to bar. I could do power cleans at 135 pounds. I could do wall balls. They were all really hard for me, but I could do them. And it was always exciting to have a CrossFit Open workout that was full of movements I could do at the time. The only glitch was that I couldn't do ring muscle ups. I had not been able to accomplish that at that point. It was elusive, mysterious. I couldn't figure out how anybody could be strong enough to do a ring muscle up. And there was technique involved. I had nothing on it. So the first time I did this workout, I got through everything. 60 calories on the rower, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 power cleans, and I got to the rings with about a minute left. And I just looked at them. There was nothing I could do. I did jump up at a certain point, maybe with 20 seconds to go, and I tried to swing, and I kind of pulled the rings to here, and it didn't really do anything, but it was worth a shot. Anyway, I have not tested this workout since then, so it was really exciting to get the opportunity to give this one a shot, to give it a try. I also thought it would be interesting to overlay this with the actual Open announcement from 2014 and see how I do as a 45-year-old, CrossFit Games athlete versus these elite athletes back in 2014. And I didn't know what their specific score was. I just knew that they got back to the rower. So my goal was to get back to the rower and give this thing the best shot. I didn't think I could beat these guys, but I thought I could get close to them. So they finished the row a bit before me. I took it easy on the row with a moderate pace, around 1400 on the rower, because I just didn't want to blow up. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of speed, energy for toes to bar, for wall balls, all of that going forward.
Bridges still on the rower on the left. Now for the mere mortals, you get to 50 toes to bar. And that's something we're going to have to break up. Pacing, though, might not be an issue for these athletes.
Well, in a toe to bar, it's pretty grippy, so they have to know themselves pretty well to know how many they should be able to hang on for. And Scott needed that 10-rep lead over Josh because we know Josh is strong at the toe to bar.
And here comes Josh Bridges.
They get off the rower 30 seconds before me, which is fine. I feel like I can catch up a bit on big sets of toes to bar.
At one point, then Scott Panchik. Bridges with 81. Scott Panchik with 62.
Josh's background is to have a pretty strong pulling, so this isn't going to be trouble for him. But you're going to see as we go back and forth, and whether it's leg intensive or arm intensive, these two are going to trade off their leads a little bit.
Bridges is off, breaking them up, and Scott Panchik continuing to widen his lead. Now through 89 total reps, Josh Bridges through 62, but Bridges quickly back onto the pull-up bar to get to work.
I get through toes to bar by doing 15, then 15, then 10, then 10.
They move on to 40 wall ball shots. Bridges, though, has a lot of ground to make up here as Scott Panchik opened up a lead on the rower, and he's kept it ever since. And now Panchik is down to about 3 or 4 reps at a time, maybe opening the door a little bit for Josh Bridges.
There's got to be something wrong with the scoring here. We've definitely seen Josh do more than 2 reps, so we're not exactly sure how much of a lead Scott has hung on to there.
We will fix the scoring system and get that back up as soon as possible, but for now, both athletes on those 50 toes to bar. Panchik on the back end now of his toes to bar, and he will move on to those 40 wall ball shots. Josh Bridges breaking as well, but it seems like he's spending less time on the ground than Panchik when they pop off the pull-up bar.
You've got to believe that this is planned on how much they're going to rest here.
And now Panchik is on to the wall balls. 40 wall balls for Scott Panchik at a 10-foot target, and Josh Bridges still on the pull-up bar. Now Bridges is done, so Bridges has managed to cut into Panchik's lead just a bit. Now let's keep in mind that these two guys right now are going head-to-head, but there is a bigger picture they need to keep in mind when it comes to the Open.
Most definitely. They're going against the world right now. They want to stay ahead of each other for show, but they're going against the world.
Bridges on the left, Panchik on the right, and this is a movement where you got to give the edge to Panchik just because he's the taller athlete.
But shockingly, it's Josh that hasn't broken it up yet. And that's probably due to that big injury he's got.
After these 40 wall balls, Bridges now threw unofficially 22 of them. It's on to that, the 135-pound clean. Both athletes catching their breath before they move on to that, and before they continue their 40 wall ball shots.
Most people looking at home are thinking, oh, 40 wall balls, no big deal. But you have to start.
Josh Bridges gets to wall balls about 50 seconds before I do. Here we go.
And they're starting to feel that right here. You can see it.
Usually 40 wall ball shots for these athletes is no big deal. Now Panchik getting no rep right there. Bridges on the left, Panchik on the right. And right now, it seems like they're neck and neck. 5 to go for Josh Bridges, 4 to go for Bridges. Panchik is done. Panchik moving on the barbell, but Bridges is hot on his heels. And Josh Bridges is now on the barbell as well. Panchik is through 1 rep, and Bridges taking his time getting there, trying to catch his breath. And now he will get to work on his 30 cleans.
One thing to note, if you're at home wondering why there's some plates on the side of these barbells, they're slightly shorter. They're competition barbells, so don't go home.
I break up my wall balls into 2 sets, a set of 28, and I drop it. I feel really good on the wall balls, but I don't want to burn out. I drop at 28 thinking I can do 12 super easily. Take a couple of breaths, finish up the last 12, get to 40, and then I move on.
Halfway point of this workout, so it is very likely that these athletes may find themselves once again on the rower if they get through these cleans and then the 20 ring muscle ups after that.
They are definitely getting back on the rower at the pace they're at now. I have no doubt about that. But what really sticks out to me is the pain that these guys are going through with 30 cleans at 135. That is not a heavy weight for them. Generally, they would be able to get this done in about 60 seconds. That is certainly not happening.
You know that these athletes are tired when they're breaking up 135 pounds into singles. And you talked about it a little bit earlier. The cumulative.
They start their power cleans about a minute before me. Totally cool.
After this,
They are 20 years younger than me. I'm okay with it.
20 muscle-ups unbroken for both of these athletes would not be a big deal. But after all this work, that's going to be a challenge.
I believe the muscle-ups will be the slowest portion. They're probably going to break them up into maybe 3, maybe 5. We'll see.
Keep an eye on the judges. When they put their hands in the air, that'll mean that their respective athlete has just 5 reps to go.
They're currently at the same pace. If they keep this same pace, Scott's going to keep his lead.
5 left now for Josh Bridges as he has taken the lead from Scott Panchik, but just barely, as Panchik now has 5 reps to go as well. 8 minutes gone by, less than 6 remaining, and 14.4 for these two elite CrossFit athletes. 1 more now for Josh Bridges, 1 more for Scott Panchik. And now it's on to the muscle-ups. 20 muscle-ups for both of these athletes, and then back to the rower if they have time.
Which with 5 minutes left, you would think they will definitely have time.
Bridges is through 1. Bridges is going to string them together. There's 2. Panchik now on the rings. 3 for Bridges. That's 4 straight for Josh Bridges, struggling to lock that one out, so he will stop at 4. Now Panchik is off the rings as well. So it's Josh Bridges just a couple of reps ahead now of Scott Panchik. And Josh Bridges, even though he's not competing with Panchik, he's competing with his region. You know, after what happened last week in 14.3, he would love to get a victory here in front of the standing room only crowd at CrossFit Bellevue. The ring swinging quite a bit there for Scott Panchik. He's the taller of these two athletes, so he's going to have a little bit of an easier time getting there, but Bridges seems like he's doing a much better job coming off the rings and not having to flail everywhere.
This time between reps that you're seeing is really going to be what kills them. If they can decrease that just a little bit, they're going to have considerable more calories on that rower.
Bridges continuing to chip away past the 9.5-minute mark. Panchik is back on the rings. Again, keep your eye on the judges in the black shirts. When they put their hands in the air, it means 5 reps to go. Bridges still with a slight lead though on Scott Panchik. And these two athletes are gassed right now as they go through the 20 ring muscle-ups. So look at those rings on the right, swinging around for Scott Panchik. He's taking rest time, so not a big deal, but if he was trying to get back up there, that's a problem.
It is, but watch Josh as he comes down. He's lowering himself, and that extra loading to lower yourself can be way more fatigued on the arm. So there's kind of benefit.
As I move into ring muscle-ups, they've been at ring muscle-ups for quite a bit longer than me. They built a bit more of a lead. They went faster on their power cleans. I paced the power cleans a little bit more slowly. My thought process, again, was I'm just going to chip away at these power cleans, not crazy aggressive, so that I know that I can get through the ring muscle-ups without absolutely blowing up my shoulders and not being able to do muscle-ups anymore.
On the rower for another round of 14.4.
This is going to be all about digging deep and mental and your confidence and not letting go of those rings right now.
The crowd urging both of these athletes on through the final portion of their first rounds. And now, just 3 minutes to go. Bridges now in his final 4 reps, it looks like. And then he'll go back to the rower. So Josh Bridges was last off the rower. Panchik had a lead on the Thirdzy bar. Bridges chipped away at it, finally took it on the cleans, and now Josh Bridges has a slight lead on Scott Panchik, who now has 4 reps to go. Bridges is through 18. The crowd coming alive here, urging the athletes on. 11 and a half gone by. Bridges on his last muscle up, and he's going to get 2 in a row. Josh Bridges locking that out, and he's going back to the rower. Josh Bridges in the lead. He's through 1 round and wasting no time. Getting back on the concept 2. 60 calories. Every calorie counting is a rep here for Josh Bridges.
With 20 seconds, folks, don't worry about putting your feet in. Just pull.
I did get the ring muscle-ups done in sets of 5. Decent rest between each set, but I was able to complete sets of 5. That just felt appropriate for me in this workout.
Bridges on the left, Panchik on the right. 2 minutes to go. If they can knock out 60 calories, it's back to the pull-up bar for 50 toes to bar.
I think that is slightly unlikely, but we'll see. They have shocked us before in their amazing performances.
Looking at Bridges' display, he's through 7 now, 8 calories. So he's going to have to put on a pretty good push here to get to that 60. He was on the rower first, but Scott Panchik was a little faster the first time, so he may be able to close that gap here. Approaching the 13-minute mark, and we'll have 60 seconds to go in 14.4.
You know what? Those muscle-ups,
I did gain a minute back on Josh Bridges on the ring muscle-ups, which was awesome to gain back an entire minute right there. But that means he did still get on the rower a minute before me. He got on at around the 12-minute mark. I got on at around the 13-minute mark in a couple of seconds. I did have to switch my rower around so I was facing the clock and I'd know when to stop. I didn't really think about that prior to the workout, but it's okay. It only cost me a couple of seconds. On that last row, I did give it a good push. For me, a good push at the end of a workout like that is between 1,500 and 1,600 calories. An hour is how that's measured. I was pushing, man, I was pushing. And there's nothing worse than finishing a workout on the rower. And I know that that was the plan that Dave Castro had when he programmed this workout, that you start on the rower, that sets you up for devastation, and then you finish on the rower where you have literally no excuse except to suffer. You're just going to suffer. And we did, and that was fun. When it comes to the end of the workout had 200 reps, and if you got back on the rower, you were adding an additional rep, 201, 202, 203. I got 221 reps. Josh Bridges got 244. Scott Panchik got 250. So all in all, super fun to be able to do it again, especially after having just watched it and knowing that the first time I did it, I couldn't even do a ring muscle up. So that's progress. Feeling good, enjoyed doing this. And if you like my content, subscribe, click the like button to help support the channel going forward. See you next time.